Ojazingos Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason, Nenke Chubu, Reverend Jayo, Kita Namalawan, Amen.
Naju Odibowani ko sebrowa.
Kone Kisiku.
Ekene Maria Egypt na Gracia o sebrowa nonyeli idingos netiti boronine Ojazingos Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason, Nenke Chubu, Reverend Jayo, Kita Namalawan, Amen.
Okwe melaro. Ekene Maria Egypt na Gracia o sebrowa nonyeli idingos netiti boronine Ojazingos Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason, Nenke Chubu, Reverend Jayo, Kita Namalawan, Amen.
Yabaranya yo onne nke Chukwu jaso. Ayo. Anyị na-arịọ gị o Chukwu ka ịrịnye Kraịst anyị n'ime obi anyị ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwere arụ Kristi nwa gị site n'afọ ya na obi ya wee bata n'osito na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị mere anyị. Amen. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ. Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga. Ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ. Ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụnụ, Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM brings the news with actualities.
And to link that if we are voting for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update today, Friday, the 2nd day of June 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifan Chukwekeze is my name. The headlines. Anambra Commissioner denies responsibility for insecurity. Enugu Governor bans IPOB sit at home, urges Tinubu to free Kano. Oti dissolves local government transition committees in Abia. Ebonyi NUJ congratulates Nwifuru, tax governor on developing state. Soludo government to issue EID cards to Anambra civil servants. Deadly protests rock Senegal as court sentences opposition's Sonko to jail. Now, details. Anambra Commissioner denies responsibility for insecurity. Anambra State Commissioner for Homeland Security, Chiko Odele Anara, has denied allegations leveled against him by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, that he is using operatives of Anambra Vigilante Service to cause insecurity in the state. IPOB had, through a statement signed by its spokesperson, Ima Powerful, leveled numerous allegations against Anara, but briefing journalists in Oka, the commissioner revealed that IPOB and Powerful were on a blackmail mission after several attempts to extort money from him. The commissioner also named two of his kingsmen names withheld as those sponsoring Powerful against him after he wrote a petition against them over a murder charge, for which they were arrested and detained before they allegedly bribed their way out and fled the country. The commissioner said, in 2022, Ima Powerful called me and told me he had a story against me. He demanded that I paid him money to drop the publication. He later called again and told me the same story, which I ignored. He has been out to blackmail me and has been calling me since then. I have told him that I will never pay him. Today, his friends and two of his brothers who are involved in the murder case here in Isu and Osha Oka, not Kano, are sponsoring him to write against me. I am not surprised about the write-up. The truth is that Powerful is doing a paid job, and I have severally invited him if he is genuine, if he thinks he can help solve the problems of insecurity we are facing in the state, to come for a meeting. I need to inform Powerful that Anambra Vigilante Group AVG has existed many years before I came into office and was not created because of IPOB, which is a new and recent creation, he stated. Enugu governor bans IPOB sit at home, urges Tinubu to free Kanu. Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for healing of the country. Mba made the appeal on Thursday while listing out the decisions reached at the end of his first Security Council meeting with the heads of all the security agencies at the government house in Enugu. He said, I call on our newly sworn-in President Bola Tinubu, to consciously work towards the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We believe that his release will expedite the healing process Nigeria needs at this time. It will also be a pointer to his administration's extension of brotherly hands of fellowship to Ndibo. The governor declared the Monday sit-at-home by IPOB to press for Kanu's release as antithetical to economic interests of the state, saying it should stop from June 6th. Mba, however, expressed his government's readiness to engage in dialogue with people who have genuine grievances towards bringing lasting peace and security to Enugu State. At the meeting, which also had in attendance the Deputy Governor, Mr. Ifeanyi Osai, the governor said he had hit the ground running on the days of his inauguration by signing 3 executive orders for the good governance of the state, including Executive Order 002 for the removal of unauthorized street barriers across the state within 100 days. He said, there is no time to waste. The clock has started ticking on the mandate you gave me and the deliverables I promised. The idea behind sitting at home on Monday, the first working and business day of the week, is abominable and aesthetical to greatness and the spirit of industry we profess to have inherited from our forebears. This cannot be us. It does colossal damage to us. Mba reminded the people of the direct connection between his lofty promises he made to them and the vibrance of commerce in the state. He added, for us to transit from a public service economy to a private sector-driven one, we must free our markets from the shackles of restriction to commerce. If indeed we aspire and anticipate an influx of private sector practitioners and investors in Enugu State, we must know that this will not happen where the perception of us is that of unproductive people. Oti dissolves local government transition committees in Abia. Governor Alex Oti of Abia State has dissolved the local government transition committees. The governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, has approved the dissolution of the 17 local government transition committees and removal of all chairmen and their deputies. A Thursday statement by his media aide, Ferdinand Ekoma, read, the removed chairmen are to hand over to the heads of service of their respective local governments. In a similar development, Governor Oti approved the removal of education secretaries of the 17 local governments. Each affected education secretary is to hand over to the most senior director, the statement added. The directives takes immediate effect, therefore the affected person should comply and ensure seamless transfer of power in the local government areas, Ekoma stated. Ebonyi NUJ congratulates Nwifuru, tax governor on developing state. Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Ebonyi State Council, yesterday congratulated Governor Francis Nwifuru on his successful inauguration as the 4th executive governor of the state. The union further taxed the governor on steeringship of the state towards a thriving direction. In a congratulatory message signed by the state chairman of the union, Tony Mwizi, and the secretary, Nnamdi Abba, in Abakaliki, the union thanked the governor for appointing one of its members, Dr. Monde Uzo, as chief press secretary. They described Ozo's appointment as a statement of intent by the governor to engage best hands in his administration, noting that the union, as partner in progress, will work with him to achieve his plan for the state. The message reads, Your Excellency, sir, the NUJ in Ebonyi State, having followed events leading to your election, is convinced that you have what it takes to steer the ship of the state in right direction. We are particularly grateful for the appointing of one of our own, Monday Uzo, as your chief press secretary. We view this as a statement of your intent to engage best hands in your administration. The statement read. Soludo government to issue EID cards to Anambra civil servants. Governor Charles Soludo's government says plans are underway to unveil an electronic identity card, EID, for civil servants and other government employees in Anambra. Chukwuemeka Abata, the managing director of the Anambra State ICT Agency, in a statement on Thursday, said that the innovation was in line with Mr. Soludo's determination to digitize the state and its workforce. The unveiling will be a historic event and testament to the visionary leadership of Governor Soludo in accordance with his mantra of everything technology and technology everywhere. The Anambra government said in the statement. He added, the EID card will strengthen identity management in the state by enabling government and citizens alike to easily identify government employees. The Anambra government also mentioned that it would also successfully address the current issue of the state's lack of a standardized and secured method for issuing and confirming ID cards and their holders. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Deadly protests rock Senegal as court sentences opposition's Sonko to jail. At least 9 dead as supporters of opposition leader Ousmane Sonko throws rocks at riot police and set fire to buses after court sentences him to 2 years in jail. 9 people have been killed in Senegal in clashes between riot police and supporters of opposition leader Ousmane Sonko after a court sentenced him to 2 years in jail. The death occurred after protests broke out in parts of capital Dhaka and other cities. Interior Minister Anthony Felix Abdoulaye Domain said on state television in the early hours of Friday, we have noted with regret violence that has led to the destruction of public and private property and unfortunately 9 deaths in Dhaka and Zinco, Domain said. Government spokesperson Abdul Karim Fofana said security forces had the situation under control in the capital. Several social media and messaging platforms were restricted in Senegal late on Thursday, a move likely to significantly impact the public's ability to communicate, the NetBlocks Internet Observatory said. Sanko, President Macky Sall's fiercest opponent, was absent when the judgment was handed down on Thursday. He also did not attend the trial. He was presumed to be at his Dhaka home, where he had been blocked in by security forces after being detained at the weekend. But after 2 years of a confrontation with the authorities that has kept the country on tenterhooks, he could now be arrested at any time, Justice Minister Ismaila Madifu Fall told journalists. This is where we'll draw the curtain on news update on everyone at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Anambra Commissioner denies responsibility for insecurity. Enugu Governor bans IPOB sit at home, urges Tinubu to free Kanu. Oti dissolves local government transition committees in Abia. Ebonyi NUJ congratulates Nwifuru, tax governor on developing states. Soludo government to issue EID cards to Anambra civil servants. Deadly protests rock Senegal as court sentences opposition's Sonko to jail. You just listened to news updates on Ebona at the 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekezie. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebona at the 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports, Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/gistfm.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebonadi FM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta, from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 Ebonadi FM.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government, whatever.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the root of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Efanshuku, number the force, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On your Martin Ebonadi corner
24/7, 24/7.
So guys, thanks. Like, subscribe, and share, right? Thank you.